that shit till I die. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die.
To your sons! To your sons! To your sons!
Tell me she sick. I say I wonder why. Be running it up and giving it shit. I think she switches sides. They want me to fail, leave me in hell. I keep my hands to the sky. Yeah, no coward, never let your colors fly. I'm on that shit till I die. I stand on that shit till I die. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die. Been waiting too long now, it's my time.
You understand? They ashamed of me. If you see me forgiving them, you forgive them too. Because here's the thing. That's how you stop black on black crime. That's how we stop the murder rate. Somebody to your sons. To your sons. To your sons.
Tell me she sick. I say I wonder why. Be running it up and giving it shit. I think she switches sides. They want me to fail, leave me in hell. I keep my hands to the sky. Yeah, no coward, never let your colors fly. I'm on that shit till I die. I stand on that shit till I die. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die. Been waiting too long now, it's my time.
You understand? They ashamed of me. If you see me forgiving them, you forgive them too. Because here's the thing. That's how you stop black on black crime. That's how we stop the murder rate. Somebody has got to say, even though you wronged me, I forgive you. Somebody has to say that, you know what? I'm not
ISUPK.
integrated. The Bible is against interracial marriage. And now here's why. Serena Williams, I want you to think about this. Think about how much racism Serena Williams fought. Think about when Serena Williams was a little girl, all the reporters that her father had to protect her from. Think about all the rumors that were spread about her being a man. And now think, she was the highest paid female athlete in the world. Now she has a white seed inside her room. Where is all her money and riches going to? Is it going back to the hood? Hell nah. It's going straight back to our oppressor. Now check this out. What's 3 blocks down the road in this way? What'd you say? Chinatown.
Where's Niggertown?
Now let me ask you something. Anybody called Chinatown racist? I said this earlier, I'm gonna say it again. Has anyone ever called Chinatown racist? Never. Yo, let me ask y'all something. If y'all ever applied for work or a job, have you ever tried to put an application in Chinatown? Now why not? Why would you not put an application in Chinatown? They won't hire you. Yo, now here, check this out. When they come to the hood, when they come to Roxbury, when they come neighborhoods. They come and they put a restaurant in our neighborhood. Yo, now let me ask you something. Check this out. When you go and you look in that kitchen, who's cooking the food? All Chinese people. Ain't no Mexicans in that kitchen. Yo, but here's the thing. You go to the Italian restaurant, it's Mexicans cooking. You go to the French restaurant, it's Mexicans cooking. Because the Chinese won't hire us. They only hire themselves. And then you know what they do? The Chinese now take $11,000 a week selling us fried chicken and rice and a soda. Now here's the thing. Do y'all think fried chicken is Chinese culture? Do you think fried chicken is an ancient Chinese recipe? So who the hell are they catering that to? They're catering it to us. So they make $11,000 a week selling us cat, rat, and dog and bat, right? Passing it off as chicken. And then they take that money and do they put it in the hood? They bring it right back to the hood. I mean, they bring it right back to their hood. They bring it right back to Chinatown. And as a result, they become rich and we become poor. It is basic economics. That is microeconomics. So if that's the case, why do we let them come in our neighborhoods? Why do we hire them? Why do we allow the equal opportunity that they will not allow us? So now, here's the thing though. Yo, I applaud the Chinese. And you know what? And here's what I'm tell you. But, hear me out. Listen very good. The Chinese have a right to do this. Every race has a right to establish their own neighborhood. With their own stores. With their own God. With their own employees. And guess what? So do we. So do the black Latinos and Native Indians. We have a right. But let me ask you something. What happened to our businesses? Anybody know? Well, they bombed them. But here's the thing. What did we do after they bombed them? Get his brother here. This is an educated man right here. He said that we integrated with them. Now, when we integrated, we became weak and they became strong. We became poor and they became rich. Because integration destroyed our neighborhoods. It destroyed our infrastructure. So here's my question, right? How many black universities opened up before the Civil Rights Movement? More than that. 190. Now, give me the circa year. Here is good. Give me the circa year that the HBCUs were created. In the 1800s. Howard, yeah, Howard. Go look at them. Do you know when the Emancipation Proclamation happened? What, 1864? How many of y'all heard of Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma? Put your hand up. Now, what happened to Black Wall Street? They bombed it. Now, what year did they bomb Black Wall Street? You so close. Give me sister a hand. Give her a hand too. You understand? In the 1920s. Now, do the math. How many years from Black Wall Street to the end of slavery was it? About 50? Give or take, right? About 50 years. Check this out. They called Black Wall Street a Black Beverly Hills. They said that it took 1 year for $1 to leave the community. Now, how fast does the black dollar leave? Every second. Every millisecond. We're missing all of that. Now, in Black Wall Street, it was black lawyers' offices, grocery stores, airlines, doctors. And you want to know why? because we could not go to the right doctor. So as a result, we had to be our own lawyers and doctors and grocers and farmers. And now, here's the thing. How many years are we removed from civil rights? About 50 years, no? 50, 60 years? Now here's my question. Earlier, I asked you how many universities, black universities, opened up before integration? What was the answer? 190. Now here's my question. How many opened up since integration?
Just lost a lot.
Zero. 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 And you know why? Because we wanted to go eat a white unseasoned hamburger. We wanted to go sit on the white dirty toilet. We wanted to go and support their businesses. So check this out. When we started going to the right school and the right restaurant, what happened to ours? They closed down. Yo, you ever like think it's crazy that we're the only group of people that you have to say buy black? Like, have you ever heard buy Asian? Have you ever heard buy Arabic? Everything's made in China anyway. So it's like, why is it we have to tell black and brown to unite? Why is it we have to convince each other to support one another? Because that's how much we hate each other. Because Martin Luther King's dream was our nightmare. You know, they always talk about Martin Luther King and his famous speech about how he wanted all races to join together. But you know what they don't tell you? What was his quote from his last interview?
His dream was a nightmare.
I fear as though I have integrated my people into a burning house.
Right.
We realized that we integrated into a burning house. And we lost our businesses. We lost our infrastructure. We lost our universities. So now, what do we have to do? You know, I said this earlier. Y'all think I'm made of sugar? You think I'm a milk? Like, you think that moves me? You think I'm gonna get angry? What is this, the Wizard of Oz? I never know! Nah. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. First of all, now let me tell you what's gonna happen. Y'all see this? Now I want y'all to know something. This is the fault of Christianity. This is the fault of Martin Luther King's dream. This is what happens when black people are not taught to love other black people. Hey bro, don't go to jail over there. Ain't no black or Hispanic gonna go to jail over my watch, you understand? They ain't gonna do nothing. That shit ain't matter to me, but listen, I appreciate the respect that you gave me today. You understand? Because you know I'm here for black and brown love. But let me tell you something. If you don't see me getting mad, you better never get mad. You understand? They assaulted me. If you see me forgiving them, you forgive them too. Because here's the thing. That's how you stop black on black crime. That's how we stop the murder rate. Somebody has got to say, even though you wronged me, I forgive you. Somebody has to say that, you know what? I'm not going to throw water on you either. And you know why? Because black lives really matter over here.
Nobody tell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it works out.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty every
make Omaha different from New York are just incidental. The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that
want to
white
talk to me
people
about?
think they're better
What is it
than
that I can
others.
do? I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama. And I can say you because you're part of the whole system. You profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated.
Well,
so you can have him. And here's what I'll say. I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow. I think the problem is so bad that we can have no understanding at all.
You think it's gotten to the point where there can never be that reconciliation?
No. You talk about justice, and it means one thing to you, and we talk about it and it means something else to us. And it'll always be that way. And I'd like you to know I have a terrible feeling against preachers because I think you guys are the ones who are largely responsible for the problem in the first place. And you can accept it or not any way you choose. And for you, this may be an excursion, you know, across the line.
What about the person that wants to listen? I genuinely feel that I want to listen.
Well, if you listen and try to do something, you get kicked out of your church. See, that's the way your people are.
Well, we do make changes, right? So the changes that have come have been drastic.
God bless you, little brother.
Yes, sir.
Come back and see us again sometime. And don't look back in anger. Thanks for taking it so well. He thought we were going to do in here like they do to us. If we went in one of their places, everybody would have jumped out their chairs and got some ropes together and hung one of us. We couldn't even go in one of their places like this.
Yeah. Right.
Which is the bigger threat to American democracy and the Constitution? A Vietnamese mother suckling her child, or a white racist governor in Alabama who says, in so many words, to hell with the Constitution and Johnson and everything else? Which is the greater threat to democracy?
This is true. These people have a kind of self-deception. You know, they believe, they circulate these myths so long that they've begun to believe them. And once you believe them, as they say, if you define a situation as being real, it will be real in its consequences. And this is just what's happened. They've come to actually believe this. And any evidence to the contrary, he's the exception. But the fact is, all the people who do struggle hard enough to accumulate a down payment, they do want something better for themselves and for their kids, and they hope that their neighbors will be the same kind of people that they are.
A black man fights for the white man, not for himself. He tells you to bleed and you bleed. He said, go bleed in Korea for the white man, and you go bleed because you have to. He tells you to go to Vietnam or Lebanon or Laos, and we have to bleed. Then in Mississippi or Alabama or Omaha, Nebraska, where they're taking our rights and we know who the people are who are taking them, we don't have any blood then. We're radical. Just because we want to get the rights that we fight overseas for so the white man can have. We fight over there to defend his women and children and defend his land from attack. And while we're over there fighting for him, our own people are being attacked by the same white people over here we're supposed to be fighting to defend.
Right. Everybody's got something to fight for, right? You got the rights that you fought for. Do you feel that?
Tanya and joined the ranks of the SLA. In 1974, Patricia Hearst, the heiress to the media empire of the Hearst family, was kidnapped by the leftist armed group known as the SLA. 2 months later, Patricia adopted the name Tanya and joined the ranks of the SLA, participating in bank robberies. She declared herself a member of the SLA, armed herself, and even posed for photographs. After the FBI's armed confrontation with the SLA, Patricia was arrested following her year-and-a-half-long fugitive period. She faced charges of armed robbery and terrorism. Patricia shocked the United States with her statement that she was innocent because everything was an action carried out under the influence of SLA. Patricia's case became a prominent example of the phenomenon known as the Stockholm Syndrome, where hostages sympathize with or even join their captors due to brainwashing or survival instincts. In 1974, Patricia Hearst, the heiress to the media empire of the Hearst family, was kidnapped by the leftist armed group known as the SLA. 2 months later, Patricia adopted the name Tanya and joined the ranks of the SLA, participating in bank robberies. She declared herself a member of the SLA, armed herself, and even posed for photographs. After the FBI's armed confrontation with the SLA, Patricia was arrested following her year-and-a-half-long fugitive period. She faced charges of armed robbery and terrorism. Patricia shocked the United States with her statement that she was innocent because everything was an action carried out under the influence of SLA. Patricia's case became a prominent example of the phenomenon known as the Stockholm Syndrome, where hostages sympathize with or even join their captors due to brainwashing or survival instincts. In 1974,
Christ. Stroke down. So yeah, there you go, right there. Yep. Just like what you just did. Just stroke down. No, it's not. I mean, not all the way down, up, so we big, yeah. You see that right there. Hold on. Oh. Check this out, Bob Kershaw.
Give me a testing.
Testing 1, 2. You can do the testing.
Testing 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2. I heard it. Okay, give me a second. No. Go to the next one.
When a lot of people ain't come.
Okay. Sorry. Put this right here. Go live. All right, we're live on Facebook. Sign Christ. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakatah to the brothers. Shalom. Yahweh Shemar Atam Bashar to the sisters. I'm preaching officer Paratazar out of NoCal, Yonkers, New York. This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Units Practical Knowledge. Started off at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Honor. Since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians with Negro and Indigenous descent. They are God's chosen people according to the Bible. Let's clap it up for the Most High in Christ. Once again, since 1969, ISUPK, the Israelite School and Europe School Practical Knowledge, have been teaching so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians the truth about the Bible and the truth about what is brotherhood and sisterhood. Since 1969, ISUPK have been teaching so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians You know what I'm saying? The Negroes, the niggers, the Smiths, the wetbacks, about brotherhood. About brotherhood, according to the Bible. Let's clap it up for the brotherhood and sisterhood. They're going to be, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be blacks and Hispanics and Native American, and we're going to show each other. Let's clap it up for that. You know what I'm saying? Baba Gashar, read the title of the class.
Israelites, God's chosen. First be reconciled to thy brother is brotherhood and sisterhood.
That's right. Israelites, God's chosen. First be reconciled to thy brother is brotherhood and sisterhood. It's brotherhood and sisterhood. Because we don't know how to reconcile our differences with our brother. We go along with our slave master. We go along, you know what I'm saying, with white Jesus doctrine. We go along with these troglodytes, these cave dwellers, these snow roaches. We go along with the organized lie that said the greatest man on earth, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and of course Jesus Christ, it's a white man. You know that they teach that, you know what I'm saying, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and of course Jesus Christ, is a Caucasian man. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Sometimes he shaved, sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes he got a beard, sometimes he got the butt face. Matter of fact, Baba Gashar, you know what? Priest and all, you know what I'm saying? Priest and officer of 50, Lakamya Alice in the spirit. Because I was gonna ask him, pull up anything that say Jesus on it. And you would see Joe Biden and Donald Trump. You would see Tom Hanks. Look at this.
Sistine Chapel.
This is the 16th chapel. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Mexicans is who's God's chosen people. The Venezuelans. Right now in America, it had propaganda against Venezuela. You know that's what's going on right now, right? They're slightly going to move away from the Mexicans and go about Venezuela. But look at this.
Sistine Chapel, I believe that's in Italy, which is supposed to be a painting rendition of the Most High and Adam during the creation.
Look at that. Look at that. You know what I mean? That's pederasties. You know what I mean? You got to realize what type of temperament, what type of culture, who would paint a picture like that? According to how they believe the Bible. Because you see that nakedness? You see that man? Remember, in Greek culture, in Roman culture, pederasty is that an older man can have sexual relationship with a younger man. That's how you tell which one is older and which one is young. The one with the beard going to have sexual relations with a young man who don't have clothes on. You know that's against the law. We're looking at another man's nakedness. Here in ISUPK, see, we have integrity in here. In ISUPK, we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to think differently when it comes to how you dress. How to, you know what I'm saying? How to look at the world. How to look at your brother. How to look at your sister. According to, you know what I'm saying, clothing. Here in ISUPK, if a man walk around with a tank top on, that's considered naked to us. What, you going to try to show your guns off to your son? Oh, you want to show your guns off to the world, huh? You want to show your arms. You want to be Diesel, huh? You know what I'm saying? Those arms belong to that person's wife, not to your son and daughter. Why your son and daughter want to look at your arms? Want to look at you? We try to look sexy in front of our sons and daughters? That's for his wife. You know what I'm saying? Women who's walking around half naked. A mother showing off her cleavage. You see what I'm saying, priest? You know what I'm saying? Showing off her, you know what I mean? What's on her chest, her breasts. They claim that it's cover up, but she got on a tank top. She want to be sexy in front of her son. That's what she want to do, priest. See how disgusting that is? With no standards. We got standards of pull up this 16 chapel, Baba Gashar. That's our standard right there. Look how perverted that is. We learned that from our oppressor, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So, matter of fact, I'm just going to turn this around for Facebook. Look at that right there. No, I need you to blow that up right there so Facebook can see. That's it right there. When our standards became, you know what I'm saying, perverted, because we want to follow behind our oppressor. We want to follow behind the Joe Biden and white Jesus doctrine and Donald Trump doctrine. We want to follow, you know what I'm saying? We want to follow behind our former slave master. His standards of beauty, his standards of nakedness, or not nakedness, his philosophy. This is what we do. You can take that off. Yes. Okay. Let's go, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, let's go go to the scripture. Matter of fact, pull Psalms chapter 91, verse 2. Look at Psalms chapter 91, verse 2. That Christian church said this is done away with. The Christian church said this is done away with.
Done. The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 2. I will say to the Most High, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him I will trust.
Baba Gashar, start off from verse 1. Let's get some context. And let's find out who the he is. Go to verse 1 right there. Okay.
Book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
So it says right here, Israelite. Right, this is Solomon wrote Psalms, right?
Psalms is
David. David wrote Psalms right here, and this is a song. A lot of people see this is supposed to be sung right here. You know what I mean? This is a song right here. He said, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the mighty." He is an Israelite who's following the Lord's statute commandments. He is the Israelites that have brotherhood and sisterhood, because he's in the shadow of his God. Not everybody's God, his God. Read on. Matter of fact, just keep that in the whistling, the verse form. So you have to jump, keep on jumping like that. All right. No, just go back up and just do one step back. You're gonna go back into that. Matter of fact, just click on that. Click on Psalms, and just scroll down. Hold up. Now go up here and then down. Put that. There you go. Now scroll down. There you go. Reverse 2 again, Baba Gashar.
Book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
I will say to the Most High.
Say that again.
I will say of the Most High.
You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? Our brother right here, David, our king that unified the 12 tribes of Israel. The so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians of today. You know who he unified, priest? He unified Simeon and Levi. You know that's what he unified. Right? He unified that. You know he also unified. You know what I mean? Because right now on the island of Hispaniola, Haiti, you know what I mean? Haiti and the Dominican Republic, there's no unification. Those are God's chosen people. You know that's what David did. That is unified that island right there. You know what? You know what else, Albert? You know who else is fighting and we don't know about that? You know what I mean? You know who else who have a hatred towards one another? I found out the Mexicans and Guatemala, which is they right on the border, they fighting amongst each other. They don't like each other. Mexicans is racist against Guatemalans. I did not know that. You see what I'm saying, Bruce? How? Wait, hold up. You're trying to say Mexico is racist against the Guatemalans? You know who unified them? Our brother David. He unified that. You know what the priest and the prophet of ISUPK, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, who else got beef right now? Who else got beef amongst the tribes? Oh, guess who got beef among the tribes that I did not realize? You won't believe it. You won't believe it. You ready for this? The North American Indians. Guess who they got beef against? The Mexicans.
Same people.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, hold on. They got beef against them? They got beef against them, priests. The Gadites, you already know, even the Seminole Indians, guess who they got beef against? Oh, guess what they got beef against? Oh, man, you'd be surprised. I'm like, why are these people fighting? It don't make any sense. At this moment in time, you know what I'm saying? The Seminole Indians got beef with the African Americans.
Oh.
I know that, but it's prevalent now. It's prevalent now. You know what they fighting over? Oh no, you ain't Native American Indian. You know what they say? We was old, you know what I'm saying? You got the other one say, where's the slave ships? We wasn't never put in slavery. Oh no, you're a different type of people. You was the people that was in slavery. But there's history that the Simeonites was helping African Americans to escape. What they was helping with? You know what they was helping them with?
Sir, what's that?
They were escaping them from slavery. They would say, "Yo, come here." So where did the intention happen? Because the same thing with the Mexican. You know the Mexicans say, "Come to Mexico." You know that city is still there, priest. The African American, you know what I'm saying, who flooded, who went into Mexico. You know that city is literally still there. With the Seminole Indians, everybody's still there. There's a whole village. There's a whole goddamn village. It's still there. Every year they celebrate when, you know what I'm saying, when they went into Mexico, when they got their freedom. Everybody forgot about that history? People, we forgot about that history? Well, we shall read the title of this class.
Okay. Israelites, God's chosen. First be reconciled to thy brother.
Say that again.
First be reconciled to thy brother.
First be reconciled to our brother. Read on.
Is brotherhood and sisterhood.
Is brotherhood and sisterhood. Bob Gasol, look up the definition of reconcile. You know what I mean? So we can get some, you know what I mean? So we can know so we know our brothers and sisters understand what reconcile means according to the Bible. For blacks, Hispanics, and the American, because we never, you know what? We never heard that word before. Or if we did hear it, we don't know what that means. In real time. Amongst, you know what I'm saying? Amongst our people. Read that? Yeah.
God, reconcile restore friendly relations between, cause to coexist in harmony, make or show to be compatible, make one account consistent with another.
Oh man, do you understand? This is what reconciled mean. It say to restore friendly relationship between us. Can we restore friendship? You know what I mean? Can the Haitian restore friendship with the Dominicans? I think it could be done, please. It could be done. You know what I'm saying? Can the Guatemalans restore, you know what I'm saying, friendship with the Mexicans? Yes. Yes. It could be done. You know what I'm saying? The download beef with the, you know what I'm saying, with the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans. Ooh, I was there. I was there. Can we reconcile our differences? Because it could be done. You know who say that it can be done? Our king say it can be done. Our king. Our king, you know what I'm saying, read this scripture in Psalms. Let's go back to Psalms 91 verse 2. Let's go back to Psalms, you know what I'm saying? Chapter 91 verse 2. Go ahead, Bible show.
Okay. Book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
I will say of the Most High.
I will say unto the Lord, the Most High. Read on.
He is my refuge.
He is what?
My refuge.
Oh man, a place of safety.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. A place where differences could be ironed out. You see what I'm saying? A place will be understanding, a place of empathy, a place of forgiveness. You see what I'm saying? That's what, you know what I mean? That's what the refuge that, you know what I mean? That he's talking about. Read on.
And my fortress.
And what?
And my fortress.
Oh man, not only is a refuge, a place that we can iron out our differences, it's a place that we will have protection. A fortress. A fortress. A place that if I'm hungry, I could get some food. A place that, if you know what I'm saying, if priest and officer Paratazar is, you know what I'm saying, have a garden, he won't say anything. If priest and officer Lacomia, I'll come through and pick some tomatoes. Some of that Scotch bonnet pepper when you want to put it in his soup. I'm not going to say anything because not only is it a refuge, it's a fortress. It's something that our brotherhood and sisterhood will be protected from. You see what I'm saying? Oh, go get some mangoes. You know what? I let the mango tree grow over my gate. If you come along, you know what I'm saying, to your house, you pluck a mango. You want a mango? Get a mango. But right, what's going on in 2025 now? Because you know what I'm saying, if you read in Deuteronomy, I think it's if I'm not mistaken, chapter 15, it said that the people is not to cut down, you know what I'm saying? I'm just paraphrasing. They're not allowed, you know what I'm saying? The farmers is not to cut down the trees, you know, whatever. Leave that for the poor. Leave it for the goddamn poor. If you got extra, you know what I'm saying? You got extra cattle, get that to the goddamn poor. You got plenty of food, you got plenty of cattle, give them to the poor. It's a law, priest. You understand that? Yeah. But in the American Constitution, you know it's not a law to take care of take care of the poor. You know that. It's not a God-given right for the poor to be taken care of. You know that that's in American Constitution. It's not there. It's not there at all. Read on.
Okay. He is my refuge and my fortress.
Go on.
My God. In him will I trust.
And say that again. In
him will I trust.
My God. In the Most High, I would trust. Your priest, if we trust us, we're gonna be selfish in the mug. You know that, right? If you trust, you know what I mean? If you trust us, especially being somebody who follow our oppressor, we're gonna celebrate Halloween. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna celebrate, you know what I mean? We're gonna celebrate the slaughter of our brother, the North American Indians, on Thanksgiving, and eat pork at the same time and pray over the pork. Because like Jesus said, it's okay to pray over the pork. Donald Trump said it's okay to pray over the pork. Here in America, it's such a hypocrisy. You understand that? The hypocrisy is so bad that the janitor can't get no food. The janitor that worked in Congress, the one who was sweeping up the floor and cleaning up the goddamn bathrooms, he don't get a check. But guess who get a check? That congresswoman, that congressman. Donald Trump still get a damn check. Joe Biden still get a goddamn check. Hillary Clinton and George Clinton haven't been president since over, you know what I'm saying, damn near 2 decades. He still get a check from the goddamn government. He still get food stamps from the government. You think, you know what I'm saying? You think Hillary Clinton is paying out her goddamn pocket for some food, or she getting food stamps from the government? Anybody? Only rich people get food stamps. You know that, right? Only rich people get food stamps. This is what's going on. Because here in America, America is about mine. Everybody forget about how America is, how our oppressor is, how Donald Trump and America's school system is. Good guys finish last. You heard that, right? No good deed go on unpunished. Think about that. That's crazy, right? It's crazy. You taking my kindness for what, priest? What they say?
For weakness.
By me being kind, by me helping you out, that makes me weak? Who did we learn it? How do that? That don't make no sense. But it makes sense if we follow in white Jesus doctrine. Oh, it makes perfect sense. You know that. It makes perfect sense. That's nuts right there. You know what I'm saying? If I give you, you know what I'm saying? If I give you an inch, you would take a yard. Oh my God, what you mean? If I'm being nice? You will abuse me because I'm being nice. You will abuse me because I'm being nice. We in that type of society right now. It says it right here. I will say Salakia, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my protection, my God. Not everybody's God. The Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians' God. And that's what we got to look towards. Not to ourselves, to our fortress, to our refuge. And our refuge is the Most High God. In Him will I trust. Because He gave the Lord statute commandments. He taught us about brotherhood and sisterhood. According to the Lord. Not according to what we say. According to what it says on the paper. And Yahweh Shah Mashiach, in the court Jesus Christ, He also taught that. He also taught that. To iron out all differences with your brother at the, you know what I'm saying, at the refuge. The protection, you know, the protection from what? The fortress. Matter of fact, you could drop that, Bob Gashar. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 1 for Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. Because I'm only talking about brotherhood and sisterhood. I'm talking about it's a great time to iron out our differences. It's a great time for, you know what I'm saying, in Chicago, you know, I played it hundreds of times. It says, yo, you believe this, priest? They had in Chicago, right? They had gangbangers saying Donald Trump need to get rid of the immigrants. Gangbangers, drug dealers, unalivers. They had black former inmates for Donald Trump. You know what they said? These Mexicans taking all our jobs. These Mexicans getting all these vouchers. These immigrants is getting all these house vouchers. Did the house vouchers? Do you see any African Americans getting them house vouchers yet? When ICE is going through and kicking down our brothers and sisters' door and zip tying all the goddamn babies, did we get those vouchers? I don't think we got the vouchers yet, please. Before everybody talk about the immigrants, did we get their vouchers then? It's a con game. It's a goddamn con game. Bible Shah, read that book, chapter, and verse. I mean, we're gonna read down. We're gonna start reading down.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him.
So now this is Yahushua Mashiach. He went to his peoples. You know, he went to Yonkers right there. He went to Yonkers. That's what he went. He went to the hood in Yonkers. He went to Whitney Young. He went to School Street. He went to Slow Bombs. He went to Lawrence. He went to Woodworth Cottage. That's what he went to. You know what else he went to? He went to Brownsville, East Harlem, Bed-Stuy, Do or Die. Now, you know that's what he went to, right? Because that's where his peoples was at. With his mans in them. With his mans in them. Read on.
Verse 2. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying,
Wait. Read that slow. Let them, what preacher of the Kashaku will always say, let them taste the words. Let them taste those words. Say that again, verse 2, start from the beginning.
Verse 2. And he opened his mouth.
And then Yahushua Mashiach opened up his mouth to his kind, his kinfolk right there. Read on.
And taught them.
And what?
Taught them.
Oh, he taught blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. He taught blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who they are. You know what I'm saying? With to understand you are God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? You are the daughter of Zion. You know what I'm saying? You are the sons of Zion. You are the sons and daughter of the living God. You know how I know? Because I sit on the right hand of my Father. Our King. Our King. This is what our King, you know what I'm saying? Our King's preaching. Okay, anything, we're gonna go to this, to Matthew chapter 1, verse 45. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? Yahushua is from the block. You know that, right? He's from the block. He's from the block. He's that brother from the block. He knows what's going on. He had, you know what I'm saying? He grew up in the crack epidemic. He grew up in that. You know that? He saw what was going on in the crack epidemic. In the 80s. I mean, the heroin epidemic in the 70s. The crack epidemic, you know what I'm saying, in the 80s. The crack, heroin, and dope epidemic in the 90s. He grew up with all of that. He saw his people. And he's gonna remind them and teach them who they are. You know?
And taught them, saying, verse 3, Blessed are the poor.
Wait, say that again.
Blessed are the poor in spirit.
Blessed are the poor in spirit. That's what he said. He said, blessed are the poor in the spirit. The problem, what he's saying is, he ain't talking about physical poor. He's talking about us acting, you know what I'm saying, outside of who we are. That's it. You are poor, but you are rich. You acting like these other nations. You acting like, you know what I mean? You acting like a goddamn heathen who's poor because they don't have the living God. You the only people on this earth that have a living God. Why are you, you know what I'm saying? Why are you acting poor? Blessed are the poor in the spirit. And even though, you know what I'm saying, even though you're selling mango slices on, you know what I'm saying, on the highway, sis, you're still blessed in the spirit. You're blessed. You know? We shall read on.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
For what?
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
They are, you know what I'm saying, the poor. Is, you know what I'm saying? For there is the kingdom of heaven. Read on.
Verse 4. Blessed are they that mourn.
Say that again.
Blessed are they that mourn.
Blessed are they that mourn. Plenty of times we don't feel blessed. We feel like that, you know what I'm saying? We crying. We don't know when our bills is being paid. You know what I'm saying? Our you know what I'm saying? Our sons, our daughters, our mothers is, you know what I'm saying, physically cannot move. Constantly crying. Mind is racing all day, every day. Cannot go to sleep. But we are blessed. Our King saying this. We are blessed. Blessed are they that mourn. Read on.
For they shall be comforted.
For what?
For they shall be comforted.
This is the time for us to be comforted. Yes, we mourn it. But we got brothers and sisters out there. The priest and the prophet of ISUPK that's out there that want to comfort our people. Too many, you know what I mean? Too many long days that we, you know what I'm saying, we're going through mourning. Too many days we fighting amongst each other. Too many days that we're crying and don't know when the next meal is coming. Too many days our sisters is getting violated. The number one kidnap group is in North America. Nobody don't care about her. Nobody care about the North American Indian women that get kidnapped every goddamn second. Every second. The number two woman, it says African American. The number third is the Hispanic goddamn woman. What type of games are we playing? Nobody cares about us. Our mourns need to be comfort now. That fortress need to come. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's fortress need to come. Our refuge supposed to come now. That's what it is. That's the brotherhood and sisterhood right there. That's when, you know what I mean? That's what the brotherhood and sisterhood would see that you need comfort. You know what I mean? We would present the comfort to our people because we goddamn need it. Because we never had. You know what? We don't know what comfort means. We never seen comforts in our goddamn day. You know what I mean? When this time in this country, we never see what comfort means. We've always been on the defense. Always. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rico need comfort. They think Puerto Rico, they think, you know what our oppressors think here in America? They think Puerto Rico is a different country. They look at Puerto Ricans, a different country. A different country. This is how, you know what I mean, how we're crying in the morning and we need the comfort from the Most High our power. Because the problem was Puerto Rico was looking towards Donald Trump and Joe Biden in America for what? For comfort. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico, out of all the people, African Americans and Puerto Ricans know how this beast get down. You know what I mean? We didn't. I'm gonna let you know. Puerto Ricans, so-called Puerto Ricans, and so-called African Americans, we should be at the goddamn hip because we know we was there getting our teeth kicked in all day, every day. We know how this Blanquito get down. We was there. But then again, you're gonna act like it never happened. We're gonna apologize to our slave master. We're gonna apologize to white Jesus because he hurt his boots on our teeth. That's what happens. It says it right. It says it right here. Blessed are they that mourn, that cry, that's crying, for they shall be comforted. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We don't.
I don't go. Verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Say that again.
Blessed are the meek.
Blessed are the meek. Now, what do the scriptures talking about when it talk about meek? Let's find out. And priest, if you have that answer, just say that answer. What do it mean when it says blessed are the meek? What do the meek when the Bible is talking about the meek?
Okay. So I have the Strong's Concordance definition of the word.
What's on Christ, right?
So for meek, it's Strong's G 4239.
Mm-hmm.
And the definition is mildness of disposition. A disposition is someone's demeanor, their attitude, their proverbial aura, what they come off as, right? Gentleness of the spirit. Meekness towards the Most High is that disposition of spirit in which we accept his dealings with us as good, and therefore without disputing or resisting.
And that's perfect right there. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are the Israelites blessed are those Israelites that's in the ISUPK who's going out and feeding their people, who believe in the Most High God, who believe that one, you know what I'm saying? That don't talk about, you know what I'm saying, the 3/3, you know what I mean? Talking about, you know what I'm saying? What they said, the 2/3, they're gonna be on the line. Preaching the prophet and ISUPK don't talk like that. Because we want everybody, all Israelites, to be in the kingdom. Same way that how Moses taught. You know, Moses said that, right? Moses said it. The Most High God say, you know what? Nah, man, I'm going to make a tribe out of you because these disgusting bastards, they need to go. And you know what I mean? And this Levite brother, so-called Haitian today, stood up and said, yo, God, come on, man. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Show those brothers and sisters some more. They're going to say that you brought it here to unalive us. He wanted all his people to come together, all his people to be reconciled with the Most High. That's what he did. That's that meek spirit that we have, because we remember the days of old. That's why I don't preach against, you know what I'm saying, the 2/3. That don't make no goddamn sense. We understand, yes, it's in the scriptures. I understand that. But it's also in the scriptures that all Israel should be saved. See what I'm saying? All Israel, Yasha Allah, should be saved. And that's what we pray for. That's what we pray for. Blessed You know what I'm saying? Blessed are the meek, the brothers and sisters who believe in the Lord's statutes, commandments, who believe that, you know what I mean, who believe to reconcile all differences with your brother, which is brotherhood and sisterhood. That's what it is. That's a blessing. For they shall inherit the earth. Your priest, do you understand that right there? You see, they shall inherit the earth. That sounds like if you follow my Lord's statute commandments, if you hearken to my Lord's statute commandments, your blessing should be what? To inherit the earth, to take over the earth. That sounds like Deuteronomy 28:1, right? It sounds like Deuteronomy 7:6 to me. That's what this is. Who's in a position to inherit the earth? Is the Moabites in a position to inherit the earth? Oh, hell, goddamn no. What about the Egyptians? The Ammonites? The Ammonites? Oh, no. What about the Ishmaelites? No, I don't think so. It's always talking about Yasha'al, the 12 tribes of Israel, who are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, is in the to get themselves in the position to inherit the earth. That's the blessing right there. That's our blessing right there. That's what it is. And that's why you got meek in the inherit, because the meek is following what, you know what I'm saying, what the Most High God has told them what to do. Read on.
Okay. Verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Oh, man, that's what it says right there, preach. It said, blessed are they, Yasha'al Israelites, the meek, which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. So we already know it's not talking about food. It's talking about you feeding. You know what I'm saying? You're hungry for how to be a better Israelite, according to the Lord's statute commandments, according to the Most High God. How can I be better? How can I do better? I was a selfish bastard. I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, how to talk to women. I'm learning how to, you know what I'm saying, how to be understanding towards my brothers and sisters. How can I learn that? Oh, I gotta read this Bible. I need somebody to teach me. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. We thirsting, we hungry after the righteousness of the Most High. Bob Gashar. Matter of fact, just pull the scripture said, my righteousness is everlasting righteousness, and thy law is thy truth.
Okay.
Thy law is thy truth. Because it says, remember, this Bible, there's nothing new underneath the sun, on the sun. The Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament say exactly the same goddamn thing. I think it's in Psalms 151 or something like that. I mean, see here, everlasting is everlasting, and thy law is thy truth. Yep, that's it right there. Yeah, 119, 142.
119, 142.
Yep, read that, Bob Bishop. Matter of fact, read go back to Matthews and read that, and then come to that scripture. Hunger.
Go back to.
Oh no, go down, go to hunger. Let's hear.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness.
Now go to Psalms.
Thy righteousness, the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 142.
Mm-hmm.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
Go on.
And thy law is the truth.
And thy law is the truth. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. And you don't know anything about God, please.
And if I may, sir,
Mhm.
when it comes to Matthew's here, especially this, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. That means to go ahead and pursue righteousness and to fulfill the righteousness as you would in fulfilling your appetite. You can't live without eating. You can't live without drinking water, without any type of sustenance. Treat this word, treat the law, treat the Most High as any other nourishment in your body. And only then will you be filled. Because we see a lot of people that are the walking dead.
That's right.
We see people that are spiritually starving. We see people that are spiritually gone. We go to 125th and Lexington here in Harlem, and that's zombie central. There's a lot of people over there that are just spiritually dead because they have starved themselves from righteousness. And we help provide that bread back to them. We help provide that water back to them. We help provide that sustenance every time we teach them, every time we do a clothing drive, every time we do a food drive, every time we show them brotherhood and sisterhood over there, where we negate ourselves. We deal with the temperature out there.
That's right.
With the gangbangers. We deal with the law. We deal with everything that goes on in the environment so that we can present that bread of life for them so that they no longer have to hunger.
Oh, no, that's right. And you're saying is dropping it so hard, body one west, because that's exactly what Yahweh is talking about. Our King is talking about a reminder. That's why he's going on the streets. He's going on the streets. That's what Yahweh and his men to them going on the streets and telling them this right here. You got to hunger for this stuff right here, or we're going to fall into captivity once again. Yasha'al. Read on Bob Bishop. Start from 6 again and just read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness.
Go on.
For they shall be filled.
For they shall be filled. Oh man, we're going to fill you up right here. If you're willing and ready, you know what I'm saying, to be hungry after this righteousness right here. If you're willing to ready to reconcile your differences with your brothers and sisters. Are you ready for that? Because once you're ready for that, now you're going to be filled. You're not going to be filled with negativity. You're going to be filled with understanding about forgiveness, about brotherhood and sisterhood, about the Most High God, about you're going to be fulfilled now and strong to realize that I don't have to celebrate the 4th of July. I don't have to celebrate Halloween. It's against God's law to celebrate this stuff. Why? You know what I'm saying? What moral compass is coming out of Halloween? What moral compass come out of the 4th of July and Thanksgiving? But there's a moral compass coming out of Memorial blowing out the trumpet. The Day of Atonement. You know what I'm saying? The Feast of Tabernacles. Oh, that's in God's laws right there. But somebody told me, I think White Jesus Doctor told me that that's all done away with. So, you know what I'm saying? By me following White Jesus doctrine, I could say Jesus was born on December 21st. I can see that now. Because White Jesus doctrine said it. Am I right? Yeah. White Jesus doctrine said I could put a Christmas tree in my house and bring it presents. White Jesus doctrine said that. White Jesus doctrine say I could celebrate Thanksgiving because white Jesus doctrine have destroyed the North American Indians. And I can pray over the point. Go ahead, you was about to say something?
Yeah, and if I may, what the heaviest thing in this, right, for verse 6, is that word righteousness. Because you can hunger and thirst into the wrong things. You can hunger and thirst into, you can hunger and thirst your way into Islam. You can hunger and thirst your way into Christianity. You can hunger and thirst your way into all types of whoredoms, right? There's something here in Proverbs 23. I'll start from the beginning, if I may, sir.
Matter of fact, put it on the screen, then we can just click back. Down on the screen so the people can see it.
Let me get it right quick. Salakia, Proverbs 23:1.
There you go.
Proverbs 23.
And just press the share button. That's it. It's just going to switch out. There you go. It's sharing now.
All right. Proverbs 23 and verse 1. When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, that means when you're sitting with a person of importance, right? Someone that's big. Consider diligently, think carefully what is before thee. Think carefully about what's going on in front of you right now. Be cognizant of it, right? Put a knife to thy throat if thou be a man given to appetite. That means you're better off to put a knife to your throat if you are easily seduced by that man of power in front of you and what he has to offer you, right? You have to hunger and thirst for the righteousness, right? Put a knife to your throat if thou be a man given to appetite. Be not desirous of his dainties. That means the stuff that he has to present to you.
That's right.
Right? For they are deceitful meat, right? Because that's a deceitful, thing to have in front of you. It's a trick, right? You're being bamboozled. You're being hoodwinked, right? Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom, right? So now we read earlier over here, in terms for Matthew 5, right? Labor not to be rich, right? And now we just read earlier in Matthew 5 and 3, blessed are the poor in spirit, right? Blessed are the poor in spirit. And in Proverbs 23 and 4, it says, labor not to be rich, right? Cease from thine own wisdom. So now we get a better understanding of what it means for poor in spirit, right? That means you're not one of these fake teachers out here. You're not a deacon, you're not a bishop.
That raised up himself. That
raised themselves up, right? Because you labored to be rich. People that give themselves their own Hebrew names. People that go ahead and create break-off groups and schisms and make up their own doctrines, right? Cease from thine own wisdom, right? Here in ISUPK, we don't have our own wisdom. Who teaches us? Commanding General Yohanan.
That's right.
And who taught Commanding General Yohanan? It was the seven heads.
That's right.
He didn't even have his own wisdom. He didn't even go ahead and created his own thing because he labored not to be rich.
That's right. That's right. You got any more on that? Because what you're dropping is so heavy. Matter of fact, go back to what you pulled in Proverbs, because that's a hardcore scripture right
God,
there.
yeah, I'm still in
Oh, you still knocking that down right there?
God,
yeah. And then go matter of fact, when you go a little bit up. There you go right there. Go read verse 3 again.
Be not desirous of his dainties.
Be not desire of his dainties. Oh man, they love Puff Daddy. Oh, Puff Daddy had all the dainties. Puff Daddy know, your desire. Your desire that you want to hang out with me, huh? Your desire that you want some money, huh? Your desire that you know what I'm saying, you want to do the things that I want to do, huh? So bend the knee. You saw what desire that Floyd Mayweather did, right? We know his desire. His name is, he even said, I'm Money Mayweather. Oh, what is his desire? He had bended the knee. Yeah, he bended the knee. And you know what? And his master gave him what? His desire, the dainty. Oh, his master gave it that dainty all day, every day. We don't.
The money was the dainty for him.
Yeah, we don't.
For they are deceitful meat.
Oh man. Oh, that's a. Can he walk with the priest and the prophet ISUPK, the men that have integrity? His integrity is shot. What honor that he had?
What master does he serve?
What master do he serve?
He serves money.
Oh man,
Mammon. Remember, the Bible says you can't serve two masters.
Yeah.
You can't serve the Most High and Mammon.
Yeah.
Mammon is the money.
Yeah, man is the money. You can't serve two masters. That, you know what I'm saying? You will love one and hate the other. We know which one he hates, and this is an Israelite man, but he wanted to bend the knee to that daintiness. He don't want the responsibility to say no. I don't got nothing to do with you, because he don't know who he is. But guess what? He grew up on the block. He been around our oppressor too long. Same thing. You saw what happened to Nick Cannon? We didn't forget about Nick Cannon bending the knee. He bended the knee.
He apologized to that.
Oh, he acted like it never happened, right? If you get near the priest and prophet ISUPK, we're gonna call you out on that. But we're gonna build you up so you can be a better man, so you can acknowledge, so you can reconcile. Like, yo, man, yeah, I've been to the knee to these, you know what I'm saying, to these curly fries on the side. Because damn sure, why he didn't call the priest and the prophet ISUPK? You try to say he don't know anything about priest and captain of 13th Battalion to Zion? Try to say he don't know nothing about that, huh? Huh? You know they heard about us, right, priest?
Yeah.
You try to say Mayweather don't know about the Israelites? He don't know nothing about that, huh? This is what you try to tell me. When the last time you heard from Kanye West? We on the streets. We the reason why the people's talking about the Israelites. We said we put it in your vocabulary to say Israelites now. Not to say, oh, those is Jewish people. Oh no. People understanding the difference between a Jew and an Israelite. All right, that's coming in. Remember, a Jew is an Israelite, but an Israelite is not a Jew. You see what I'm getting at, priest? We're the one who put it out there like that. We're the one to say, what tribe are you in? You know what I'm saying? Leon Cohen? Where the other tribes at? That's what we did. We put guess what? We put the truth back on this earth. That's what we did. God's chosen people, Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians with Negro indigenous descent. We putting the truth back on this earth. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, we're gonna do that. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do. And we only put the truth. Masculinity, we putting back in the household. Femininity, we putting back in the household. Structure, we putting back in the household. That's what we're doing. Empathy, reconcile differences, brotherhood and sisterhood, mother and father, sons and daughters. we're pulling that structure back because we got, you know what I'm saying? That structure had this, that structure, I mean, our oppressive structure had destroyed us. Matter of fact, you could, let me see, did we finish on that?
If I could just.
Yeah. Handle your business, priest.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish up on that so that everyone can get a better understanding on what it means when Matthew goes ahead and says, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, right? So when we go ahead and see that, we have to go ahead and see where this comes from, right? Psalms 23. And we'll go Psalms 20, we'll continue on and go Psalms 23 and 5, right? Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. You know, riches make themselves wings, right? Man. You know, you and the thing is, what makes this heavy, you know what we say to a rich man? He fly.
Oh, he's fly.
Oh, he's fly.
He's fly.
They fly away as an eagle towards heaven. Verse 6. Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye. This is why it's important to hunger after righteousness only. Because you could starve yourself into something completely different. You have to go ahead and seek the proper sustenance for your spirit. Here with the men of the Lord in the ISUPK.
That's right.
Right? We're the only men that are qualified, certified, and authorized to go ahead and teach that. Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. Right?
Yeah, right?
Verse 7. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. You know, that's talking about the deception, right? So you might think that you and him are homies, friends, brothers even, right? And then he tells you, hey, here you go. You know, you want the same thing that I got? Sell this dope.
That's right.
You know? Push this dope, push this crack, push this heroin. Go ahead and unalive that man with the wrong color bandana on. He's the ops. If you do it, you're going to get respect on the block. You know? So, he does not have his heart with you. He doesn't have the best intentions with you. Saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. Verse 8, the morsel which thou hast eaten shalt thou vomit up, and lose thy sweet words. Verse 9, speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. Right there. So when it's talking about seeking the righteousness, right? To hunger and thirst for the righteousness, we see here in Proverbs what the definition for the hunger and thirst of righteousness comes from. What it means to stay away from those that are deceitful, to stay away from those that are go ahead and put you in a position where you'll be destroyed, not physically, but spiritually also.
That's right.
And I land my plane on that, sir.
Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? And what you're dropping is so hard body one west. Because that's, I mean, and this is the things that our oppressor does. Now, bro, our oppressor is a complete organized lie. Oh, the lie is so organized. It's waiting for somebody who's looking, you know what I'm saying, for that daintiness, that the seafood daintiness from us, because he don't know better. She don't know better. And now it's okay to eat pork. Now it's okay to celebrate, you know what I mean, celebrate your birthday because our slave master said so. That's the organized lie, priest. It's okay to say, I'm with the Jewish man that don't have a voice. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's that right there. We lost something. When the last time he ever said that about his own kind? See what I'm saying? When the last time he ever said something like that about his own kind? Because you know how many times he said, well, I'm not just black, I'm American. Look like he's down with one race right now. Tell me if I'm lying. He said Jewish people. That's specific right there. That's not the Palestinians. That don't sound like Palestine to me. That sounds like straight up Jewish people. Leon Cohen. That's what it sounds like to me. That he just got to feed his family. So he's going to put out music to slut out your daughters. To unalive and have people, you know what I'm saying? Have people put out there say it's good to do drugs. Because he got to feed his family, right? Right? That sounds like a drug dealer. I got to feed my... We learn that from our oppressor. We learn that from Jewish people. They got to feed their kids. We learn that from that. I'll be sure. Let's go back to Matthew.
John not a one time. The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 7. Blessed are the merciful.
Say that again.
Blessed are the merciful.
Blessed are the merciful. Blessed are the brothers and sisters who are just going to let it go. You know what I mean? Let it go. Show some mercy, yes. Be angry and sin not. Because you're going to want somebody to be merciful with you, huh? Ain't it? Come on, man. Bloods and Crips. Are we going to have a truce? Can I walk down, you know what I'm saying? Bloods, can I walk down your neighborhood wearing blue? Crips, could I walk down your neighborhood wearing red? Show me some mercy, please. That's according to God. You know what I mean? That's according to our King Mashiach. That's learning from his father. For the 12 tribes of Israel. We can't show each other mercy, please. We can't show each other some empathy and understanding. You know what I mean? I'm talking to all of y'all. I'm talking to every, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all the scattered. I'm talking to everybody on the face of the earth. Can we show each other some empathy? Did you know? Did you understand what I just did? I'm talking to everybody all over the earth. Can we, you know what I'm saying? Yahushua Mashiach teaching us how to show him and how to show each other mercy. Can we show all of us mercy? Compassion. Your priest. Did you just see what I just did? You know I said all, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think I'm speaking to? Because the context, everybody know at the beginning of class who I'm talking to. If I'm start using all, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, who I'm talking about? I'm talking to blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. Don't get it twisted. See, our oppressor taught us about, because remember, they taught us about how to lie. They taught us deceitful things. You know what I mean? They're talking about, no, I'm an individual. There's no such thing as individual. Wasn't no goddamn individual, you know what I'm saying, on a Revolutionary War. You was going to say something?
Con, sir. If I could just bring out, you know, age-old scripture that is very,
make sure
very,
you share. Yeah, make sure you share this.
very, very one West, very brotherhood.
Matter of fact, go back to it and make sure that you're sharing it. Yeah, just come down. There you go.
Very, very, brotherhood, very one West, man. And that's going to be in Matthew's 18.
Better not be no 15 right there.
And it says here, Matthew 18 and 22. Yahushua saith unto him. Oh, no, Salakia. Let me go up to verse 21. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Yahushua said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. All right.
Read till
That's
7 times. That's the question.
Say again?
No, just Peter. Oh, okay. My fault. Go on.
But until 70 times 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means to be merciful. It's the same way Matthew said it earlier in chapter 5. When Matthew's talking about blessed are the merciful, right? Merciful is to go ahead and forgive your brother, right? For an offense that he's committed on you. Because all too often we're too easily triggered. We'll go ahead and unalive one another for minor infractions. We're not privy to show mercy and compassion to one another. There was just a kid this summer in Brooklyn, right? There was a kid who had a water gun and he was spraying another kid with the water gun. The other kid said, can you please stop spraying me, stop wetting me with that water gun? And in response, instead of ceasing from spraying him with the water gun, he pulls out an actual one and takes this young man's life. That little kid was 13. That little kid was 13. Off of him saying, stop wetting me with the water gun. He lost his life over that from another kid. He wouldn't show him compassion because he didn't want to go ahead and because he didn't want to play with him.
You know what? And this is the reason why we need that refuge, not fortress. You know what I mean? We know that. In our culture in the ISUPK, we have kids running around all day, every day. You see what I'm saying? Especially on the Passover. Everybody in the, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? We see a kid do something, get from there. Anybody can talk to the kid. You understand what I'm saying? You know how many kids I talk to. tell them to chill. You know what I mean? Like play fighting and fighting. You see what I'm getting at? You know how many kids I said that to? You know what I'm saying? Since I've been in the truth. And guess what the kid did? The kid stopped. Because I talked to her, like, come on, man, you don't want that. You don't want him to do the same thing to you. So, you know what I'm saying? You need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to say sorry what you wanted over and stop doing that. Stop offending each other. Do you understand what I just said, priest? Because they growing up. You gotta realize this is like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, we got Kaya and Mawal. You know, they always ripping and running and fighting and every. You know that. We always talk to them. We always talk to them. They listen and would stop. You see what I'm saying? Say, yo, do you want to trespass against your brother? No, I don't want to trust you. You know what I mean? So that means that y'all got to chill. You have to play together, but chill. And they will understand because they growing up in the culture of God. They in that meek situation. You understand what I'm saying? But our brothers and sisters that's in the world. That little kid, those 2 little kids. That's Kaya and Kawal. You understand what I'm saying? That's them right there. It only take one. Yo, come on, man. Tell him stop spraying with the gun. First of all, he won't have a gun. Second of all, he's not even thinking about unaliving his brother. Because it's not in the atmosphere. It's not in the atmosphere. Because those two brothers, those two young brothers is growing up with the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. Those two, you know what I mean? Those two young ones is growing up with what? Brotherhood and sisterhood. And knowing, I can't unalive Yasha Allah. I can't unalive my brother. He's a son of God. Yo, let me start spraying him with the water. I'm trespassing against him, and he's the son of God. So if he said so, I can't do that no more because you know what I'm saying? I offended him. See what I'm getting at, priest? That's the culture. That's literally the culture, priest. Literally the culture. Think about if we would have grew up that way. It would have been you know what I'm saying, a lot less heartaches in my, you know what I mean, in my neighborhood. A lot less heartaches. This is what it is. And it's so goddamn sad that you told that story right there. Because we're talking about babies right there. That's babies. 13, 12, 10, 11. That's babies. I grew up like that. I grew up like that. I had the same goddamn hammer at the same age. And felt tough. I remember that feeling. When I was in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the world like when I was in elementary school, man. You got kids in elementary school talking about 9s, 38s, 22s, 32s, and 380s.
Word to my dad. That's what they say. As in like, word to their dead homies. 11-year-olds saying word to my dad. They ain't got no dad. But they go ahead and say.
Why are we talking like that, man? I was talking about down in the 80s. I was talking about down in the 90s. This is what was going on. This is crazy right now. But we on the outskirts that we could get back to the Most High God and shut all that stuff down. We take care of our goddamn babies, man. Not only we take care of our babies, once we, you know what I'm saying? Not only we taking care of our babies, at the same time, we taking over the neighborhood. Ain't no punches going. Ain't no guns you're fighting. I'm talking about fighting. We don't have to fight the oppressor. We don't. You know, only thing that we need to do? Reconcile our differences with each other. Understand it. You know what I'm saying? ISUPK over there to iron out all goddamn differences. Because guess what? If you really look down to it, what differences do you have? You see what I'm saying? If you really look at it, you try to say that I can't, you know what I'm saying? I did some dirt to somebody. I can't fix it. You try to say, you know what I'm saying? That person is not allowed to not, you know what I mean? That person cannot forgive me. And we can just move on with our lives. We don't have to be no lovey-dovey, but we can be understanding. That's why in the scripture, you know what I'm saying? In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26, it says, be angry and sin not. I'm angry. Okay, I understand that because we human, we men, and we know what's up. But it's gonna be one day when you trespass against somebody and that person is angry against you now. So you're gonna be a hypocrite? So are we gonna be hypocrites now? I'm mad at you, you mad at me. Now we're gonna start another war.
Now someone gotta go down.
Now somebody gotta go down. Over what?
You hurt my feelings.
Over what?
Hurt my feelings.
Hurt my feelings. Huh? Yo, 3 months ago, a year ago, we was chilling. Yeah, I was angry, but I forgave you. How we get back here? We ain't supposed to go back there. That's going, you know what I mean? That's going backwards. We're supposed to be better. Now, guess what happens? Guess what happens? A 13-year-old end up unaliving a 12-year-old because he got water on his boots. He got water on his boots. No. No. We're going to reconcile our differences with our brother. Matter of fact, Bob Gashov, go back to the scripture, go down to, no, we're going to keep on going, slow down, keep on slowing down. That's the thing, keep on slowing down. We're going to go straight into it, then I'm going to do a breakdown. Let me see. Matter of fact, go back up, and we just read it all the way through. I'm going to just briefly break down, then I'm going to stop. Go ahead. Yeah.
So
Start from 7. Start from 7.
Oh yeah, we did 7.
Yeah.
So 8. So the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed are the pure in heart,
Go on.
for they shall see the Most High.
For they shall see the Most High. There's a heart what's in the mind. How will you see the Most High? You have to do what the Most High is telling you what to do. And that's what's going on. That's how you're going to see the Most High. And you know how you will see the Most High? Forgive your brother and sister. Learn about brotherhood and sisterhood according to the law. Learn about Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17 to 18. Learn about that. Read on.
Verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers.
Say that again.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
The priest and the prophet ISUPK. Say that again.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
You know what I'm saying? Priest and Commander General Yohanan. Say that again.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
The generals, captains, officers, and troopers, and young men. Say that again.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
That's our job is. That's our job is. And we ain't talking about no lovey-dovey. We shall over. No, man. We're in the Christian church. Peace is, let's reconcile our differences, grow from this so we don't have to go back. But regardless of fact, you know what I mean? We would fix this situation. Regardless of fact, this situation relies on our nation. We have to stop this. No more fighting. No more fighting. It's enough cries to go around, goddamn it. You show crack to my mother. You know what I'm saying? I show crack to your mother. Are we going to stop now? Because we both crying. Are we going to stop now? That's the peacemaker right there. And the peacemaker saying, yes, let's stop. We don't.
For they shall be called the children of the Most High.
Say that again.
For they shall be called the children of the Most High.
There's only one nation of people who's calling the children of the Most High. That's the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the Israelites. You have to have peace in your neighborhood. You have to bring peace. You have to bring, this is how peace look like. Not what your oppressors say what peace is. This is what peace is, according to our nation, our tradition. Our peace is, we never gonna turn off SNAP, because our peace said we have to feed the poor. You see that, Breeze? That's the law. That's the law. That's the peace. The peace comes from the law. Our peace said, I'm not going to suffer sin against my neighbor or thy people. That's the peace. The peace said, fear the Lord, fear the Lord your God. It's the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. That's the peace. And that's how, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we become the children of the Most High, our power. Read on.
Verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Go on.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
You saw that video that I played at the beginning? At the beginning of class? The righteous men of ISUPK. And you have sisters throwing water on them because they would say, yo, we need to come together and show sisterhood and brotherhood. We have to learn how to forgive our sisters. Yo, just because you threw the water on me, I'm not gonna. Same thing that you just brought up, right? About the young man who spraying the other brother with the water, and he told him, yo, stop spraying me with the water. We told that sister in the righteous way, can you please don't throw water on us? There's no reason to throw it. Yo, we told a brother in the streets that's not part of our organization. A regular brother that wanted to knock that woman's head off her goddamn shoulders, and we stopped him. The same way that we stopped that other man with that, you know what I mean, with that sister that would come with that Yaju nonsense. He was going to ragdoll her. We stopped that man. We stopped that man. And she talking all slick to a man. We had to stop that man from ragdolling her.
He was gonna put hands on her.
Because she jumped, you know, she jumped up in that man's face, right?
Yeah.
You know, the video that we just played, you know that sister jumped up in that man's face, right? And we have to say, yo, if I forgive that sister for throwing water on me, you can forgive that sister. That's the peacemaker. You know, that's the persecutors. That, you know what I mean? That's what I'm blessed are they that are persecuted. We the one who's persecuted because we showing righteousness. For righteousness' sake. That's what we're doing. For righteousness' sake. But we get persecuted. We get persecuted. And that's why Yahweh always say, yo, man, remember this. And I'm paraphrasing. If I could get the scripture if you need it. Just remember they hated me first, man.
Or
just remember they hated me first.
Counter, and if I may, if I may, you know, to mention the age-old case with Commander General Yohana where he was going back and forth in court, you know, because the police were trying to tell him that he can't use a loudspeaker to teach out in the streets. And he was fighting in court for that, and then he won. He was being persecuted in the system, but came out on top.
Oh, you know what? And you know what's bigger than that too? It wasn't just the loudspeaker. You know what it was also? The freedom of speech. And guess what? We won. Now guess what? If we didn't win, guess what? Nobody won't be teaching on the streets no more. You know that, right? That was also a freedom of speech. What's name? Because remember, it was a Jewish woman, a judge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just because they said that, but they had the freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? That's what it says in the Bible. He wasn't promoting violence. He was just reading what it says out the Bible. And that's a freedom of speech. Because, you know what I mean? They was upset because what we were saying out the Bible. If we never won that case, nobody on the streets right now, and this is the reason why the Most High God is with Precinct Commander General. It won't be no Israelites groups on the streets preaching because they will all be in jail right now. That's ISUPK right there. That's ISUPK right there. Yeah. We fought that court case. You know what I mean? Other Israelite groups didn't fight that court case. We did. That's the reason why everybody else is in the streets. If we would have lost that court case, guess what? It would have been in Cascade effect. We don't preach.
Colonel Khan. Verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely.
Oh man, you know they do that all the time, right? You know we're a Hebrew, right? They call it. Oh, those are those black Hebrew Israelites. I'm like, what? Yo, it gets no, you know what I mean? It gets no white, you know what I'm saying? Like white, you know what I mean? White Jesus doctrine on that, you know what I mean? On top of that, like that doesn't even make any sense. Then, you know what I mean? We on the lower poverty group as a black supremacist. Like what, huh? What about preaching? You know what I'm saying? What about preaching Katnakataza? What about preaching? You know what I'm saying? Preaching officer the Kamjala, preaching officer Ashaya. Do you see what I'm getting? Preaching officer Yasha. Do you see what I'm getting at? On the Passover, I don't want to hang with the Judites. I don't hang with Judites. But they call us black. You see how crafty their language is, priests? Crafty. But guess what? They know that, you know what I mean? They know the sign that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is the 12 tribes. They know that, but they will put that black sign up there. You see what I'm saying? They will say black, but know all the different tribes. You know what I mean? They know this. Please. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I got North American Indians, you know what I'm saying, that's over me that tell me what to do. I thought this was a black supremacy group. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got Mexican brothers that tell me what to do. Did you see what I'm getting at? They tell me what to do. They're not so-called African American, no. They're so-called Mexican. And they say, Paratazar, yo, I need you to carry this crate over here, over there. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Listen to Priest Laha. Say, yo, I need you to knock this out real quick and come to me, and I'll talk to you later about another situation. I'm going to say, Kana Wanka. And that's a so-called Mexican. I have no problem. No problems. That's the deceitful right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the that person and persecute you and shall say all manners of evil against you falsely. Yeah, all day, every day. You know. For my sake. Go on.
Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely, for my sake. Verse 12. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth.
Yo, just remember, this is Yahushua talking right here. On the Israelites is prophets, and on the Israelites is the salt of the earth. It says in the Old Testament. Read on.
But if the salt has lost its savor,
go on.
Wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Yeah, that's right. Because if we start being that flavor, and we follow behind somebody else, now we're going to be trodden over.
So if we lose our flavor by worshiping the rock, like Muslims, you know, or worshiping, you know, the Virgin Mary, or you know, Sister Guadalupe, or whatever, you know,
that's right.
Northern Kingdom, you know, Mexicans, so-called Mexicans, you know, worship. You lose your savor.
That's right. You lose that. You lose your nationality to say your people first. And remember, there's no moral compass in Guadalupe. There's no. Yo, think about this. What moral compass that come out of voodoo? Nationalize. What? See what I'm getting at?
Verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
That's what the Asher Allah, when we're going to be shining in diamonds, baby. You know what I'm saying? We cannot be hid. At this moment in time, the Israelites is not going to be hidden anymore. You know what I mean? That's the reason why no curly fries on the side is challenging us. Yeah, I know. Go on.
General Khan. Verse 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it.
Matter of fact, go down to 20. Keep on going down, because I just want to do this last scripture right here. So I'm going to break it down. Keep on going. See here, keep on going. Go to 20. See here, keep on going. Keep on going a little bit more. Let's see what. You see, keep on going, keep on going. There we go, right there, 23. 23.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, thou bring thy gift to the altar,
Go on.
and there rememberest that thy brother had an ought against thee.
Before you come to the school, before you come to our church, if you have a gift and you remember, you got, you know what I mean? It's something's going on with your brother or your sister, your moms or your pops, or your daughter or your aunt or your niece or your nephew. The Most High God is not hearing you. Read on.
Leave there thy gift before the altar.
He's not hearing you at all. You better go to your brother. You better go to your sister. You go to your pops. You better go to your mother. You better go to your aunt and your uncle and you better go to your goddamn third cousin. Go to him or her. Leave there thy gift before the altar. Read on.
And go thy way.
And what?
Go thy way.
You better drop that off. I'm not trying to hear that, man. The Most High God ain't trying to hear that unless you know the law, right? You know Leviticus. You know Leviticus. You better do that first before I even smell your savory. Your gift. What is this? The gift is you going to that brother or that sister. Read on.
Because if you have a gift, but you still have evil in your heart towards your brother and sister, you know what that gift is? That's a dainty.
That's the dainty. That's vanity right there.
That's
nothing.
Yeah. That's the dainty that was mentioned earlier in I believe what was that, Psalms 23.
Yeah. Read on.
First be reconciled.
Say that again.
First be reconciled.
First be reconciled. So you already know the title of this class. First be reconciled. First iron out your differences. First make something that was broken. Let's fix it together. It doesn't matter who broke it. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this stuff together. You broke it. Okay, you broke it. But I'm gonna be with you so we can fix it together. That's to reconcile our differences right there. First reconcile. Read on.
First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift.
And then you could come to the school. You could come to the church. You could come to the altar. Then we could talk about this. Then we could talk about this. But if you ain't do that yet, why should I talk to you? And with that, I'm Preaching Officer Paratazar out of No Cali, Yonkers, New York. And this is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started off at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Honor. And since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, Israelites, God's chosen. First be reconciled with thy brother is brotherhood and sisterhood. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer 50, Lakam Yahweh.
Clap it up for the class.
Yes. Yeah, stand right there and just turn the what's on to you.
ISUPK, security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashera, 10% of every penny, of every increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation.
It's not a holy convocation, the Hanukkah.
The Hanukkah.
Yeah, it'll be in December. But just go to ISUPK so they can find out what day we're going to be on.
Remind Akim and Aquathium to check the bulletin board in the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imajim, which is in Hebrew to stand. Imajim Shabbat, Imajim Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Rakatham, Yajim Matab, Sar, and turn to the sisters. Sisters, Imajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim Barak, Yahweh Shamar Latham Hashem Yahushua, Yajim Matab, class dismissed.